started to get to the point, you know, we're at 5 months since Calvin died, and I've had a couple of people say, well, you just, you know, you'll feel a lot better. You just need to go and get pregnant again. And, you know, Calvin was my first pregnancy. And I waited, 31 years of my life to have that joy. And I experienced it for 23 weeks, and I loved every minute of it until the end. But I'm not ready to get back on that horse, you know. It's not as easy as, well, another child will come along and you will love it so much more. I think that's true, but it doesn't lessen the current grief that we're experiencing. We're in that zone where the chances of anything working or even being possible to be done were so slim that we had opted at that time for comfort care. And, until I was 24 weeks. And of course, when you get there, you start thinking, did we make the right decision with that? Corey, you started having second thoughts about?
Well, I mean that's that type of decision is life-changing, and we're making that decision for our baby. It was a guessing game, and the doctors from the neonatal unit came up and talked to us and threw out a bunch of numbers, which that's their job. They have to inform us. But it was very, very difficult decision to make.
The priest that did the memorial service for Calvin said the best thing that anybody said to us. I mean, lots of people said really wonderful things, but what he said has stuck with me word for word. He said, a lot of people will tell you that this is what God wanted, that God took him for his own, that God needed an angel. And he said, but I think of it a little differently. And I hope you do too. I think that God's crying with you. That God didn't want this to happen any more than you did, and he's shedding tears like you are right now. And it was like the most comforting thing.
When we were in the doctor's office and he told us, no heartbeat, which, everything was so new to us, and the whole time I just kept thinking, I gotta be strong for her. I have to make sure she's okay, And so we get our stuff, we go to the hospital, and she's delivering, and it was the hardest thing that you can't even describe what you're feeling at the time. It's just feels so bad. Is there something I could have done? What does she need? Just a million things running through my head. If I could change anything, was there anything I could have done? Is there anything I can do? It's just, you feel so powerless. I want to be there for her, but I don't know how. You know what I mean? It's like, everybody talks about these couples that lose their kids and they split up or they can't make it afterwards. And I couldn't imagine having to go through something like this without Amy. And I feel like she's been my rock the whole time, and I feel like I've been her rock the whole time. And really, it's brought us closer together, and the fact that, she is my true love. I've known it forever, but it's just, I know I couldn't live without her now. I couldn't imagine. I hate to say this, but I couldn't have done this with anybody else. I couldn't have made it through it with anybody else.